Hey folks, how's it going? This is Nick the Dude with xnaroundup.com. Welcome to podcast number 2 for XNA Roundup. For those of you who don't know, what we do here at XNA Roundup is basically look at all the games on the Xbox Live Community tab, review them, look at them, see if they're crap or not, and then report back to you. Just want to say thank you for those of you who've subscribed to us last week on YouTube and other various video services. That helps us out a lot. If you haven't subscribed already, feel free to do so now, or just keep watching. We're happy to have you either way. Today, folks, we have 2 games for you. The first is Hexothermic, which is a puzzle game where you add electrons to an atom and eventually it'll explode, which hopefully in turn causes atoms around it to explode. And basically the goal of the game is to explode everything on the level and cause the biggest chain reaction possible. And the second game we're going to look at today is World Revolution, The Last Defense. Imagine Google Earth meets Missile Command, and you'll have a pretty good clue what this game is all about. Okay, so we're going to go to the reviews now. We'll see you on the other side. Hexothermic is actually a pretty cool take on the puzzle game genre. It's not like Tetris at all. It's not like Puzzle Quest or anything like that. It's kind of its own beast. The general gist of the whole game is that you get X amount of electrons depending on which mode you're playing. The normal mode, the marathon mode, you start off with 15 electrons. And you add these electrons to an atom, which depending on which state the atom is in, or which color the atom is, it takes a different amount to actually make the atom explode. Once the atom explodes, the electrons go in 6 different directions and are then taken on by the atoms around it. And if there's enough electrons in those surrounding atoms, then they explode as well, creating a chain reaction. You start off with a certain number of electrons, and you get to add those electrons where you see fit. Some atoms are closer to exploding than others. Some will take more electrons to get it to explode. But basically, once an atom is red, it's ready to explode as soon as you add one more electron. The key to this game is creating chain reactions. That means once you explode one atom, its electrons are going to go off in 6 different directions surrounding it. And those electrons are going to be added to the atoms that are adjacent to it. And if any of those atoms happen to be red, that atom will also explode. It's actually a pretty casual game, although the learning curve may be a bit steep for people who don't really play games. But once they get in the swing of it, it's pretty addictive, and it's also pretty fun. To give you an example, I show my girlfriend this game, and she likes it so much that I can't even get on my Xbox anymore, so consider yourself warned on that one. If you've ever used Google Earth and imagine yourself blowing up missiles that are headed straight for your favorite cities and homes, well then World Revolution might be the game just for you. It's actually awesome. Really awesome. Most of you out there probably at some point or other played Missile Command or something like it, where basically there's some kind of projectile heading towards a target and you've got to kind of lead it with your bullet, and the explosion of the bullet destroys the missile. Just the nuts and bolts of it aren't the most original of games, but the way it's presented is just pure enjoyment. You move the globe and your reticle and you try and blow up missiles, and you try and judge how fast the missile's moving, and some of them spin and some of them twirl around. Each time you clear a board without losing a city, you gain an extra missile each time you fire one, up to 4. Also, there's a seismic force button, which basically destroys every missile on the board at the time you press it. I don't really use that button too much, but it does come in handy if there's about a bazillion missiles coming at you and you are freaking out. Another interesting feature of this game is that when you blow up a missile with another missile's explosion, the time stops in the game for everything but your reticle. So what it's called is a chain. And if you hit a chain, time stops. You can target missiles that aren't moving, and then when time starts up again, your missile will be fired and hopefully hit it. I highly recommend this game. It's well worth the money. Support the developer. Hopefully we'll see more from them. Alright folks, that's our show for this week. Just wanted to say thank you for watching. Please feel free to subscribe or just keep watching. And if you want to get updates on the show itself, you can follow us at twitter.com/XNAroundup, or you can follow me at twitter.com/NickTheDude. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you next week.